It's Eric Benz, an American who lives in London. His company CryptoPay is based in London and St. Petersburg, very global. And he will talk about the relation between crypto and Fiat, which is not the Italian car brand, but euros, dollars, that kind of scam coin, yeah? Crypto versus scam coin.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Eric, great to have you here.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Wake you up a little bit. I am a low-level, consumer-friendly person. So obviously, when I listen to talks or when I go through the motions, I always like to keep it very, very simple and basic and cut to the chase in terms of where we are now and where our landscape is and really what is real. How many people like cash? Don't be fucking shy. How many people like cash? Yeah? You all have cash. You all need it. You all use it. Crypto is a phenomenal medium. Yeah? It's a phenomenal medium. I've never seen a better medium. Bitcoin, token, whatever you want to call it. Okay? It's a phenomenal medium of exchange. And I'll get to why that's important in just 1 second. Okay? My background is in high-risk processing. My degree is in psychology, believe it or not. And I was supposed to help people with their gambling addiction. I decided not to do that, and I started working with very large payment companies and online gambling companies about 13 years ago to help really design systems in terms of how do we engage consumers? How do we really make them trust systems and wallets? Yeah? How do we take their money and keep it with us in a trusted manner? Because obviously, we have mobile wallets, we have payment systems, we have all the things that we wake up and feel comfortable with because of these high-risk industries, online gambling, adult industry. That's nothing new in Germany, is it? So, the fiat, for me, is an extremely important means for life, for survival. I mean, you're talking about money right now. Money is a 2,000-year-old problem, if not more. And we want to solve it overnight? Hey, I'm all about it. I'm happy to join the ride. Let's do as much as we can. Let's innovate. Let's accelerate. But let's not lose sight of what's important and what's now and what's real. Okay? Crypto versus fiat. For thousands of years, we've been building up siloed databases. Databases which can't communicate with each other. We've had to keep ledgers to keep track of everything. And then we've had to rely on centralized third parties in order to facilitate the transfer of that information or data. All blockchain is a way to solve counterparty interaction. Okay? And now we have the ability to do it directly. Not in the peer-to-peer Uber style, but really, really directly. You, me. Just like cash transaction. Now, obviously, it's important to note that on my day-to-day, I use cash all the time. I mean, I can't even go to a bar here in Germany without needing to pay cash because I don't have a German credit card, right? No, it wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at the end of the day, cash is an extremely important thing. It's been an integral part of a consumer mindset for thousands of years, and we're trying to change it. We're trying to do something close to impossible, but we're doing it, and it's an exciting process. But will it actually change? Will we get rid of cash? Is that something that's actually going to matter? I don't think so. A consumer mindset, you see, is extremely difficult. How many people wake up and accept 5%? Because it's easy, because it's efficient, because you want to use your cards, because you want to pay for your kids' school fees, because you want to do your mortgage payments, because you want to be able to have enough money in your bank account when your wife wants to go buy something at the store. It's efficient. Yeah? But how can we make it better? How can we make it faster? And how can we make it more auditable and more secure? This is the wonderful thing about blockchain. Being able to combine crypto and fiat in a system which allows us to have more transparency and more trust with one another without actually having to rely on centralized third parties, I mean, that is fucking awesome. That is amazing. This has been something that we've been trying to do for a very long time, and we have it now. But let's not forget what's important. Let's not forget that we need what? On-ramps and off-ramps. Because I'm telling you, you're going to need to play in my world just like I play in your world. You might say to me, and I might get people raising their hands. I did a talk at Blockchain Hotel. I had one guy say, I've been living on Bitcoin for 3 years. That's great, man. Fantastic. You do that. You preach to the choir. It's awesome. But it's just not practical now. And I'm a now guy. I'm here to provide now solutions. And you know what? Everything is about being a process. And if you think blockchain is in this, or crypto is in this some magical, mystical utopia land that's completely different from every other tech cycle before it, you're delusional. Because this is nothing more than every other cycle that we've been through in human history. It starts out nascent, no investment, everybody discounts it, nobody's interested, and then people start building, and people start growing, community starts happening, growth starts appearing, money starts pouring in. Banks obviously hate it, yeah? Trying to stifle innovation with regulation. This is the same process over and over and over and over again. When I started my career, online gambling wasn't a big thing, and boom, okay? It started off really raw. It was everywhere. And then regulation stifled that innovation. But you know what? We went into other industries. We took what we learned in online gambling, and we moved it into financial services. And we moved it into wallets and mobile wallets and payment systems. Oh, payment systems. Fuck me. Fuck. If you actually knew what a payment system looked like, you'd go to the bathroom, I swear to God. You're talking about layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of shit that we have to deal with. That's why we pay the fees. Because when you buy your coffee for $2 at Starbucks, it costs $3 to process the transaction. Because of all those layers of complexity. Complexity is a really interesting thing because a lot of life revolves around complexity. Booking flights, paying bills, complexity. Using your system, setting your computer, setting up your fucking Echo, you know? Complexity. And the wonderful thing about this technology in blockchain is we have the ability to remove complexity and simplify what we do on a day-to-day basis. I'm not asking you to change what you do, by the way. You consumers here, you keep doing what you do. You use your cards, you use your checks, or you do whatever you do. That doesn't matter to me. But I'm going to make it better. And I'm not going to change anything of what you do on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to make it faster and I'm going to make it cheaper for you. Because at the end of the day, I know it counts at the end of the month. Okay? So don't discount fiat and don't discount crypto. The internet was a phenomenal invention, don't get me wrong. It was just the boom of everything. It just had this amazing ability to provide a phenomenal exchange of information. This exchange of information has revolutionized how we act, how we think, how we speak. But now we have an economic layer to the internet, which is blockchain, for the exchange of value. And the ability to have that exchange of value is a phenomenal thing now. And we need to use it, we need to embrace it, whether you want to use smart contracts, whether you want to use Lightning Network, whether you want to use Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin, I don't care. And I'm just being honest. But I'm excited for the opportunity to provide solutions for those that do care. Because that's what's important. Because the on-ramps and off-ramps and being able to combine current regulatory frameworks and financial services with that which is emerging and that which is providing better solutions to other emerging markets for consumers that happen to have nothing in comparison to what we have here. That's what's really special. Okay? I think that this is a really awesome opportunity. I'm really happy to obviously be here at Unchained. I think the organizers have done a great job of getting some great quality people together. You know, in addition to doing talks on lots of different talks and moderating and everything else, you know, we do a lot of different events. I'm part of a great company called Crypto Friends. Anybody looking at exposure or stuff in Malta, we're doing a lot in Malta right now. So come talk to me afterwards. Also doing my own gaming ICO. I've launched a few gaming ICOs already. One was TrueFlip, which was a decentralized lottery, which was a very exciting project. Then Better Betting, and now I'm currently launching my decentralized gambling protocol to put QRNG on the blockchain with Clear Poker. So that's me. If there are any questions, let me know, and I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Question, please. No questions?
Thank you.
Ah, no, that's a question. There are even two questions. People are a little shy, but then they come. Jeff, you were first, I think.
Thank you. Do you have a good example of an interface, a user interface app or whatever in crypto, where you think that's a now interface? This is just blows your mind. It's awesome. And I'm not. You can say anything. You don't have to sell your own product. Do you have a good example of that?
Yeah, I do actually. I actually helped design a lot of the framework for the Wavecrest cards. CryptoPay is a company I had helped start about 4.5 years ago, and there's a lot that we're doing on the regulatory front for that. But CryptoPay is definitely like, I'm a very consumer-facing guy. So when I want to use my coin, or when I want to shop with it, or when I want to actually go and pull money out of an ATM, I want it to act just like PayPal, or at least something that I'm used to knowing. So CryptoPay is a phenomenal app. But there's a lot of similar apps like that as well. My favorite wallet right now, I would have to say, is Multi-Wallet. So if you check out Multi-Wallet by the Free Wallet team, that's probably one of my favorite apps in terms of exchange and doing various different things, and from a security standpoint as well.
One question there, this gentleman.
Also a question on CryptoPay. I think at the beginning of the year, the credit cards were stalled by a company. Can you go a little bit deeper on this and how you may service this again in the future?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, and I'll go deeper into that because I have time because I was short on my talk. But when you break the law, there are consequences. And unfortunately, Wavecrest was a principal member of Visa, and there were some issues there with other people to where they lost their principal membership with Visa, and therefore 70 to 80 of the programs that they were running for Bitcoin cards were shut down. Yeah? So it's not a Bitcoin problem, it's not a crypto issue, it's a compliance issue. As far as CryptoPay is concerned, we're one of the first licensed Bitcoin companies in the UK. We have our full payment institution license. We're currently going through the EMI as well. We had our own program. We are our own program managers of MasterCard. We did have our own program running. We were the first to do so. And obviously that program was cut and put on hold whilst MasterCard reevaluates their position. And now that Visa has made their position clear in terms of how they're going to be dealing with crypto, MasterCard is also falling in line. But a lot has to do with the type of BIN sponsorship you have, cross-border issuing, and let me be layman here. Cross-border issuing is if we're in Europe and you issue a card and it's a EU BIN, then that means issuing cards to somebody in the United States or India or anywhere else is not okay. And every single person from the Visa Wavecrest was doing that. And that's something that they're obviously having new laws that they're changing around doing. So, it's very complicated, but at the end of the day, it requires compliant measures, and there's a lot of companies looking at launching services. I think WireX has their solution up and running right now, which is prepaid again as well. We're going to be going beyond prepaid, so stay tuned and look out for some really exciting products coming from us.
More questions, please.
So you mentioned about blockchain having the ability to remove complexity. And, when I first read the Bitcoin white paper, with my background being tax law, and I saw this new accounting protocol, I was like, oh, this is so eloquent and simple. But everything in the crypto world has been incredibly complex to try to use and actually do anything with.
I totally get it. I know exactly where you're going with this, and I agree. It's complicated. and it doesn't need to be. That's why my whole thing is about dumbing it down, and I'm a consumer guy. Everything I do is for the consumer. And right now you have to understand, you know, when email first started in the 70s or late 60s, and throughout that time, you have these underlying systems. You have SMTP, HTTP, TCP/IP, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And over time, these systems get stacked up on top of each other, and they're building this whole ecosystem in which we know and comfortable in using today. That has taken a lot of time. Now, where we are in crypto and Bitcoin and wherever else, it's nascent, and it's guts. You know, you're looking at something that's just guts. It's like a bunch of Lego blocks everywhere. It's a fucking 1,000 pieces of puzzle, and you don't know what the hell to do with it. That's where we are. It's exciting. It's going to be three-dimensional. Maybe it's going to fly. I don't know. But at the end of the day, we're piecing these pieces together in order to build this ecosystem, and it's something that will happen. When it will happen, I can't tell you. If I could tell you, and I had a beautiful crystal ball, I think we would be somewhere else right now. Yeah. To the moon. Cool. Well, thank you very much for the time.
Great.
And thank you for the organizers. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Okay.